Hello, my friend. Welcome to Daily Drizzle English, the place where your English dreams begin. Today, I want to share with you a very special story. It's about a little chef with a big dream. The dream to open a small restaurant and make people happy with delicious food. This story is simple, easy to understand, and perfect for you to listen and practice English with me. Remember, you can shadow every sentence. Just listen, repeat after me, and enjoy the story. Here on Daily Drizzle English, you are not alone. I am here with you, cheering for every small step you take. Let's start this journey together. Are you ready? Let's begin. Sam was a small boy with a big heart. He lived in a tiny house on a quiet street with his mother. Their home was not large or fancy, but every corner felt warm. Every morning the smell of bread and soup made the air soft and sweet. Sam's mother, Mrs. Lane, was not rich, but she was the best cook in the neighborhood. Neighbors always said, "Mrs. Lane, your kitchen is magic." She just smiled and waved her spoon. Sam loved watching her cook. To him, every meal was an adventure, every spice a story. One morning, while the sun was still waking up, Sam sat at the small kitchen table. He swung his legs and waited. His mother was busy with a big pot of soup. "Mom, can I help you today?" Sam asked, his eyes bright. Mrs. Lane turned and smiled, her hands covered in flour. "Of course, Sam. Will you taste the soup for me?" Sam nodded, took the wooden spoon and sipped. It needs a little more salt," he said seriously, like a real chef. Mrs. Lane laughed. "You have a good nose, my little chef." She added a pinch of salt and tasted again. "Perfect. Thank you, Sam." Sam felt proud. He always wanted to help in the kitchen, even if he sometimes made a mess. One day, he dreamed he would cook something special just like his mother. After breakfast, Sam and his mother walked to the market. The street was busy, full of people selling fruits, bread, and cheese. Sam loved the colors, the sounds, and all the smells. At the fruit stand, Mrs. Lane spoke to the seller. "Good morning, Mr. Brown. How are the apples today?" Mr. Brown smiled. "Very sweet, just for you. And who is this chef with you today?" Sam stood up tall. "I'm helping my mom. One day I want to have a restaurant." Mr. Brown laughed. "A restaurant? That's a big dream for a small boy." Sam's mother touched his shoulder. "Big dreams often start small," she said gently. Sam picked out the best apples and put them in the basket. As they walked home, he asked, "Mom, do you think I can really have a restaurant one day?" Mrs. Lane stopped and knelt down so she could look Sam in the eyes. "Yes, Sam. If you believe in yourself and you work hard, your dream can come true. The most important thing is to put your heart into everything you do. People will taste it in your food just like they taste it in mine." Sam's eyes shone with hope. He squeezed her hand and promised, "I will work hard. I want to make people happy with my food. I want a little restaurant with a red door, and every day I'll cook the best soup." Mrs. Lane hugged Sam tight. "And I'll be your first customer," she whispered. That night, as Sam went to bed, he closed his eyes and dreamed of his own little restaurant filled with laughter, the smell of bread, and people smiling as they ate. For Sam, the dream had already begun. Every afternoon after school, Sam hurried home, excited to help his mother in the kitchen. The kitchen was not very big, but to Sam it felt like a magical world full of wonderful smells and bright colors. One sunny day, Sam came home, put his bag down, and ran straight to the kitchen. "Mom, what are we cooking today?" he asked, full of energy. Mrs. Lane smiled. She was peeling carrots at the table. "We are making vegetable soup and some fresh bread. Would you like to help me, Chef Sam?" Sam grinned. "Yes, please. Can I cut the carrots?" Mrs. Lane gave Sam a small, safe knife. Be careful. Always watch your fingers. She showed him how to hold the carrot and cut slowly. Sam's first slices were thick and uneven. One piece rolled off the table and fell on the floor. Oh no, Sam laughed, picking it up. My carrot ran away. Mrs. Lane chuckled. Don't worry, every good chef makes mistakes. That's how we learn. She picked up the carrot and washed it. Try again and remember, slow and steady. Sam tried again and his slices became a little better each time. While they worked, Mrs. Lane shared a secret. Did you know, Sam, that every meal has a story? When you cook for someone, you give them not only food, but also a little piece of your heart. Sam listened carefully. I want my food to tell happy stories, he said. When the carrots were ready, Sam helped his mom put them into the pot. Next, Mrs. Lane let Sam stir the soup. The smell rose in the air and made Sam's mouth water. Can I make something by myself one day? Sam asked, looking hopeful. Mrs. Lane nodded. Of course, but start with something simple. Maybe tomorrow you can make scrambled eggs for breakfast. Sam's eyes widened. Really? By myself? Mrs. Lane smiled. Yes, I'll be right here to help, but you will be the chef. That night, Sam could hardly sleep. He imagined cooking his very first dish. The next morning, he woke up early, put on his little apron, and went to the kitchen. Ready, chef? Mrs. Lane asked. Sam nodded bravely. He cracked the eggs into a bowl, whisked them just like he'd seen his mom do, and poured them into the pan. At first, he was nervous. He almost dropped an egg, and some shell fell in the bowl. But Mrs. Lane helped him pick it out, saying, It's okay, Sam. Every mistake is a lesson. As the eggs cooked, Sam stirred them gently. Soon, the kitchen was full of a warm, delicious smell. When he finished, Sam put the eggs on 2 plates and brought them to the table. Mrs. Lane took a bite and smiled wide. Sam, this is the best scrambled eggs I have ever tasted. Sam beamed with pride. It's my first dish. Maybe one day people will come to my restaurant and eat my eggs. Mrs. Lane nodded. I'm sure they will. Every great chef starts with small steps and big dreams. From that day, Sam felt a new joy every time he cooked. Even if he made mistakes, he knew he was learning, growing, and moving one step closer to his dream. Time passed, and the seasons changed. Sam kept learning in the kitchen, helping his mother with every meal. But one cold winter, life became harder for their little family. Mrs. Lane started to look tired. Her face was pale, and her hands were not as strong as before. Some days she had to rest in bed. Sam noticed right away. One afternoon, after school, Sam found his mother sitting quietly, her eyes closed. Mom, are you okay? He asked softly. Mrs. Lane opened her eyes and smiled a little. I'm just a bit tired today, Sam. Could you help me with dinner? Sam nodded bravely. Of course, Mom. I can cook. You taught me, remember? That evening, Sam stood in the kitchen alone for the first time. He took a deep breath and remembered his mother's words. Slow and steady. Every meal is a story. He wanted this meal to be a story of love and hope. Sam washed the potatoes, peeled the carrots, and chopped the onions, just like his mom had taught him. The knife slipped a little, and he almost cut his finger, but he stopped and tried again. He smiled to himself and whispered, Slow and steady, Sam. As he cooked, he talked to himself, pretending he was already a famous chef. Now, we add the carrots. Be careful, don't let them jump out of the pot, he said, laughing quietly. From the other room, Mrs. Lane called, Sam, are you doing okay? Yes, Mom, the carrots are dancing, but I'm the boss in this kitchen. Sam replied, feeling a new kind of confidence. He tasted the soup. It was a little bland, but he remembered his mother's advice. If something is missing, don't worry. Cooking is about trying again. He added a pinch of salt, stirred, and tasted again. This time, the soup tasted just right. When everything was ready, Sam carried a bowl of soup to his mother's room. "Dinner is served, Mom," he announced proudly. Mrs. Lane sat up and smiled. "It smells wonderful, Sam. Let me taste your special soup." She took a spoonful and her eyes lit up. "It's delicious, Sam. I am so proud of you." Sam felt warmth inside, a feeling better than any prize. He sat next to his mom and ate his own bowl of soup. The house was quiet, but in that quiet, Sam felt a new strength growing. He realized that even though things were hard, he could help his family. He could cook, he could care, and he could bring a little happiness into their home. After dinner, as he cleaned up, Sam talked to himself again. "One day, I'll have my own restaurant. When people come in, even if they're tired or sad, I'll cook something special and help them feel better. Just like Mom helped me and just like I helped her today." Mrs. Lane called softly. "Sam, thank you. You made me feel better tonight. Remember, when you cook with love, you can make even a cold day feel warm." Sam smiled and whispered, "Thank you, Mom. I promise I'll always cook with love." And that night, as Sam fell asleep, he knew his dream was still alive, even stronger than before. Spring came, and the days grew longer. Sam's mother slowly felt better, but she still needed lots of rest. Now, Sam was in charge of breakfast every morning. At first, he was nervous. He worried he would burn the toast or make the eggs too hard. But every morning he remembered his mother's words, "You can do it, Sam. Just believe in yourself." One rainy morning, as Sam was cooking, his mother came into the kitchen. She smiled and sat down at the table, watching her son move around with new confidence. "Good morning, Chef Sam," she said, her voice soft. Sam grinned, holding a frying pan. "Good morning, Mom. Breakfast is almost ready." Mrs. Lane looked around the kitchen. "You look like a real chef now. Maybe you should wear my old apron." Sam's eyes sparkled. "Can I really?" She nodded and took out a faded blue apron from a drawer. She tied it around Sam's waist, and he felt like a true chef for the first time. Just then, there was a knock at the door. Sam opened it and found his friend Lily from next door holding a basket. "Hi, Sam. My mom baked some muffins. Would you like some?" Sam smiled. "Thank you, Lily. Would you like to come in and have breakfast with us?" Lily nodded shyly and stepped inside. Sam set the table with 3 plates, feeling proud to share his breakfast with a friend. Lily tasted Sam's eggs and smiled wide. "Wow, Sam, these are really good." Sam blushed a little. "Thank you. I practiced a lot. My first eggs were, well, not so good." Mrs. Lane laughed. "His first eggs were a bit hard, but now he makes them soft and fluffy." Lily leaned in. "Sam, do you want to be a chef when you grow up?" Sam nodded without thinking. "Yes, I want to open my own restaurant. I want people to feel happy when they eat my food. Maybe one day you can help me." Lily's eyes grew wide. "Can I be your helper? I can make tea and set the tables." Sam grinned. "Of course, every great chef needs a great helper." After breakfast, Mrs. Lane called Sam into the living room. She sat beside him on the couch and spoke quietly. "Sam, you worked so hard these last months. You learned to cook, you took care of me, and you even shared your food with your friend. I am so proud of you. But sometimes when things are hard, it's easy to forget how strong you are inside." Sam listened carefully. His mother continued, "Whenever you feel small or unsure, remember how far you have come. Every mistake was just a step forward. Believe in yourself, and the world will open up to you." Sam hugged his mother tight. "Thank you, Mom. I promise I'll never give up on my dream." That afternoon, as the rain stopped and the sun shone through the window, Sam felt something new, a quiet confidence growing inside him. He could see his dream more clearly now. A small restaurant, a helper, happy faces around the table, and most of all, the feeling that he really could do it, as long as he kept believing and taking one step at a time. As Sam grew older, his love for cooking grew even stronger. He often watched cooking shows on the small television at home, amazed by how chefs moved quickly in big kitchens, chopping vegetables and tossing food in the air. Every weekend, Sam tried to cook something new. Sometimes it was a simple vegetable stew, other times he baked bread with a golden crust. No matter what, he always cleaned up his mess, just as his mother taught him. One sunny Saturday, Mrs. Lane found Sam at the kitchen table, reading an old cookbook. "Sam, what are you looking at?" she asked, curious. Sam looked up, his eyes shining. "Mom, I'm learning about new recipes. I want to try making pasta from scratch." Mrs. Lane smiled. "That's a big step. Pasta is not easy." Sam grinned. "I want to learn. Every chef has to try new things, right?" She nodded. "That's true. If you need help, I'll be your assistant today." Excited, Sam put on his blue apron and washed his hands. He measured flour, made a small mountain on the table, and cracked 2 eggs into the center, just like he saw on TV. He mixed the dough slowly, feeling it become sticky and then smooth. His mother watched, offering gentle advice. "Add a little more flour, Sam. It's too wet," she said. "Okay, Mom." "Like this?" Sam asked, kneading with his small hands. "Yes, just like that. You're doing great," Mrs. Lane encouraged. When the dough was ready, Sam rolled it out and carefully cut it into thin strips. It wasn't perfect, but he felt proud. While the pasta cooked, he made a simple tomato sauce with garlic and basil. The kitchen filled with a rich, delicious smell. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. Lily had come to visit, holding a jar of homemade lemonade. "Hi, Sam. What are you cooking today?" she asked, peeking into the kitchen. Sam smiled. "I'm making pasta for the first time. Would you like to stay for lunch?" Lily's eyes widened. "Yes, please. Can I help?" "Sure, you can set the table," Sam said. Soon everything was ready. Sam served the homemade pasta with tomato sauce to his mom and Lily. He watched nervously as they took the first bite. Mrs. Lane smiled wide. "Sam, this is wonderful. The pasta is soft and the sauce is perfect." Lily nodded, her mouth full. "I love it. You're a real chef, Sam." Sam's face turned red with pride. "Thank you. I learned from the best, my mom." After lunch, the 3 friends sat together, talking and laughing. Sam realized something important that day. Cooking was more than just making food. It was about sharing, learning, and growing together. It was about trying new things and not being afraid to make mistakes. As the sun set, Sam washed the dishes with a smile. He thought about the day and the simple joy of cooking for people he loved. Deep inside, he knew he was one step closer to his dream. And with every meal, he felt more confident that one day his little restaurant would be filled with happy faces, delicious smells, and stories of hope, just like today. One busy morning at the little restaurant where Sam worked part-time, the kitchen was full of noise. Pots were clanging, water was boiling, and cooks were shouting out orders. Sam was the youngest in the kitchen, still learning every day. He usually washed dishes and chopped vegetables, but he always watched the head chef closely, hoping to learn more. On this special day, Chef Marco, the head chef, seemed worried. He paced back and forth, looking at his watch. "What's wrong, Chef?" Sam asked as he carried a box of tomatoes to the counter. Chef Marco sighed. "Our main cook is sick. We have so many customers, but not enough hands in the kitchen. Sam, can you help with the salads? Sam's heart beat fast. I can try, Chef. I watched how you do it. Chef Marco nodded. Just remember, fresh, simple, and quick. You can do it, Sam. Sam washed his hands carefully and started preparing the salads. He sliced cucumbers, tomatoes, and onions, arranging them neatly on plates. The waiters came to pick up the dishes. Soon, more orders came, pasta, soup, and even dessert. The kitchen became even busier. Chef Marco ran to Sam. Sam, I need help with the pasta. Can you cook the spaghetti? Sam took a deep breath. He remembered the day he made pasta with his mom. He could do this. Yes, Chef. I can do it. He boiled the water, added the pasta, and stirred it gently. Chef Marco watched for a moment, then hurried away to help the other cooks. As Sam worked, one of the older cooks, Mr. Luis, leaned over and whispered, You're doing well, kid. Just don't let the noodles stick together. Sam smiled. Thank you, Mr. Luis. I'm trying my best. When the pasta was ready, Sam poured it into a bowl and mixed it with sauce. He placed it carefully on a plate and added a little parsley, just like he'd seen Chef Marco do. The waiter took the plate to a customer. Sam waited nervously, watching through the small window to the dining room. Soon the waiter came back, smiling. Sam, the customer loved the pasta. They said it tasted homemade. Sam's face lit up. Really? That's wonderful. Chef Marco returned and clapped Sam on the shoulder. See? You did it. Today you helped save the kitchen. I'm proud of you. Sam beamed with pride. For the first time, he felt like a real part of the team. Even though he was tired and his hands were sore, his heart was full of happiness. At the end of the day, Chef Marco gathered everyone together. Today was hard, but we worked together and made it happen. And Sam, you showed great courage. Keep learning, keep working hard. Maybe one day you'll have your own kitchen. Sam's eyes sparkled as the other cooks cheered for him. He knew he still had a lot to learn, but now he truly believed in himself. Every challenge was just another step toward his dream. And after this day, Sam felt like anything was possible. As Sam's journey continued, he began to notice something very special. He was not alone on his path. Every day at the restaurant, he met people who supported him, encouraged him, and believed in his dream. Some were cooks, some were waiters, and some were just kind customers who always had a smile or a kind word for Sam. One evening after a busy dinner rush, Sam was cleaning the counter when his friend Lily arrived with a big grin. She waved at him from the door. Hey, Chef Sam, I saved you some cookies from my mom's bakery. Want to try one? Sam laughed and wiped his hands. Thank you, Lily. I really need something sweet after such a long day. Lily handed him a cookie. So how was work today? Sam took a bite, closing his eyes to enjoy the taste. It was busy, but I learned a lot. Chef Marco let me cook the pasta again, and guess what? The customers liked it. Lily clapped her hands. Sam, that's amazing. I knew you could do it. Just then, Mr. Luis, the older cook, came over. Lily, you bring the best cookies. And Sam, you did great today. You keep this up, and you'll be a real chef before you know it. Sam smiled shyly. Thank you, Mr. Luis. I'm lucky to have such good friends here. Mr. Luis patted him on the back. No one does it alone, Sam. We all help each other. Remember, a kitchen is like a family. Later that week, something wonderful happened. Mrs. Lane, Sam's mom, came to the restaurant for the first time. She sat at a little table near the window, watching Sam as he worked in the kitchen. When Sam saw her, his face lit up. He asked Chef Marco, Can I make something special for my mom? Chef Marco smiled. Of course, Sam. Show her what you can do. Sam made his favorite pasta dish, just like they used to cook together at home. He carefully brought the plate to his mother's table. Mrs. Lane looked up, her eyes full of pride. "Thank you, Sam. I always knew you could do great things." Sam sat beside her for a moment. "I couldn't do any of this without you, Mom, and I couldn't do it without my friends either." Mrs. Lane squeezed his hand. "That's true, Sam. Dreams are easier to reach when you have people by your side." Just then, Lily came over and joined them. "Sam, when you open your own restaurant, can I work with you?" Sam grinned. "Of course, I need the best cookie baker and the best helper." They all laughed together. For a moment, the whole restaurant felt like home. That night, after everyone had left, Sam stood in the quiet kitchen thinking about his journey so far. He remembered every person who had helped him, every smile, every word of encouragement. He realized that every dream was built together, step by step, hand in hand. Sam knew he still had a long way to go, but with his friends and family cheering for him, he felt stronger than ever. Whatever challenges came next, he was ready, because he was never alone. Years passed, and soon Sam felt he was ready to take a big step toward his dream. After working many jobs and saving every penny, Sam stood in front of a small, empty shop on a sunny street. The windows were dusty, but when Sam looked inside, he didn't see an empty room. He saw a bright, happy restaurant full of people, laughter, and delicious smells. One day, Sam brought his mother and Lily to see the place. He unlocked the door, his hands shaking with excitement. "Wow, Sam!" Lily gasped, stepping inside. "It's perfect. I can already imagine the tables and all the food you'll cook." Mrs. Lane smiled softly. "It's a big job, Sam. Are you sure you're ready?" Sam nodded, his eyes shining. "I'm ready, Mom. I've dreamed about this day for so long. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to feel like home." Together, they started cleaning. Lily swept the floor, singing a happy song. Mrs. Lane dusted the windows, and Sam scrubbed the kitchen until it sparkled. They worked all day, laughing, telling stories, and making plans. As they finished, Sam stood in the middle of the room. "What should we call it?" he wondered. Lily jumped up. "How about Sam's Kitchen? It's simple, but everyone will know who made the food." Sam laughed. "I like that, but maybe we can make it even warmer." "What about Sam's Cozy Corner?" Mrs. Lane nodded. "That's a lovely name. It feels friendly, like a place where anyone can come and feel welcome." Days went by and Sam painted the walls a warm yellow. He hung simple pictures of smiling people and old family recipes. Lily helped him choose wooden tables and soft chairs. On the first day, they placed a little sign with red letters above the door. "Sam's Cozy Corner. Good food, warm hearts." The night before opening, Sam felt a mix of excitement and nerves. He sat with his mom, looking at the quiet restaurant. "Do you think anyone will come, Mom?" he whispered. Mrs. Lane squeezed his hand. "I believe they will, Sam. People can feel the love you put into your cooking. That's what makes a place special." Early the next morning, Sam woke up before sunrise. He cooked fresh bread, soup, and his famous pasta. Lily set the tables with flowers, and Mrs. Lane greeted the first guests with a big smile. Soon, the little restaurant was full of people, neighbors, friends, and even strangers who heard about the opening. Sam worked in the kitchen, his heart racing with happiness. When he looked out and saw people laughing, talking, and enjoying his food, he knew his dream had come true. In the middle of the busy lunch, Lily popped into the kitchen and said, "Sam, there's a line outside. People are saying this is the friendliest place in town." Sam wiped his hands and smiled wider than ever. "This is just the beginning. We're going to make a lot of people happy here." As the day ended, Sam stood at the door and thanked every guest. The restaurant wasn't perfect, but it was full of warmth and hope. Sam, his mom, and Lily hugged, knowing they had created something beautiful together, a little corner of the world built with love for everyone to enjoy. Sam's cozy corner quickly became a favorite place in the neighborhood. Every morning, Sam arrived early to knead fresh bread and chop colorful vegetables. The smell of soup, garlic, and baking bread floated down the street, inviting people to stop by. Sam greeted every guest with a smile, and no one ever felt like a stranger for long. One afternoon, as Sam was putting a pie in the oven, he heard laughter coming from the dining area. Lily was pouring tea for an older couple who visited every week. "Sam, come here," Lily called. "Mr. and Mrs. Parker want to say something." Sam wiped his hands on his apron and joined them at the table. Mr. Parker smiled kindly. "Young man, your soup tastes just like my mother's did. It brings back so many memories." Mrs. Parker nodded. "We feel so welcome here. It's like visiting an old friend's house." Sam's heart filled with joy. "Thank you. That means a lot to me. My dream was to make people feel at home." Just then, two little boys ran up to the counter. "Sam, can we have more of your special bread?" one shouted. Sam laughed. "Of course, but only if you promise to eat your vegetables first." The boys giggled and ran back to their table, their mother waving a grateful thank you. Later, during a quiet moment, Lily came into the kitchen. "Sam, did you hear what Mrs. Parker said? She almost cried when she tasted your soup." Sam nodded, feeling proud but a little shy. "And I just want people to leave happier than when they came in." Lily grinned. "You're doing more than that. You're making this place special. Look, even the delivery man smiles now." As the day went on, more guests arrived, some from far away, just to try Sam's food. A group of friends celebrated a birthday, singing loudly and sharing stories. Two college students sat by the window, working on their laptops and laughing over bowls of pasta. Every table was filled with gentle conversation and the sound of spoons tapping on plates. That evening, as Sam cleaned up, Mrs. Lane joined him in the kitchen. "Sam, I'm proud of you," she said softly. "You always remember what's important, making food with love and treating every guest like family." Sam paused, looking around his cozy restaurant. "It's not just about cooking, is it? It's about giving people a place to feel safe, to feel happy." Mrs. Lane nodded. "You're giving them more than a meal. You're giving them a memory." Just then, Lily popped her head in. "Hey, Chef Sam, there's one last guest, a young girl who wants to meet you. She says she dreams of being a chef too." Sam's face lit up. He walked out to the dining room, knelt beside the girl, and listened to her excited questions about cooking. He smiled and promised, "You can do it too. Every big dream starts small." As the night grew quiet, Sam sat for a moment and watched the empty tables. He felt thankful, not just for his restaurant's success, but for every smile, every friend, and every happy story that had grown from his little dream. Sam loved his restaurant, but as the days went by, he wanted to do more. He remembered all the times people helped him, his mom, Lily, Mr. Luis, Chef Marco, and the friendly neighbors. Sam wanted to share what he had learned with others. One Saturday afternoon, he put a sign on the door. "Cooking class, every Sunday. Everyone welcome." The first class was small. 3 children came, holding their parents' hands. A shy teenager named Mia also joined, standing in the back, watching quietly. Sam started the lesson with a big smile. "Hello, everyone. Today, we will learn how to make my favorite bread. Who wants to help me knead the dough?" The youngest boy raised his hand. "Me. I want to make bread like you, Sam." Sam guided the children, showing them how to mix flour and water, how to feel the dough become soft in their hands. Mia slowly stepped forward, curious. Sam smiled at her. "Would you like to try, Mia? Don't worry, everyone starts somewhere." She nodded and took some dough, kneading it carefully. Her face brightened as the dough became smooth. Sam's mom, Mrs. Lane, brought out warm tea and cookies for everyone. Lily helped the kids shape the dough into little rolls. The class was filled with laughter and happy chatter. One of the parents said, "Sam, thank you for sharing your kitchen. My daughter talks about opening her own bakery one day." Sam replied, "Every dream starts with one step. If you believe in yourself and practice, anything is possible." At the end of the class, Mia stayed behind. She looked nervous, but her eyes were full of hope. "Sam, do you think I could really become a chef? I don't always do things right." Sam knelt down so they were face to face. "I made many mistakes when I started. I burned eggs, dropped carrots, even made my mom eat some very bad soup. But I never gave up and I kept trying. You can do it, Mia. I believe in you." Mia smiled. "Thank you, Sam. I'm going to try my best." After everyone left, Sam sat in his quiet restaurant and thought about the day. The tables were empty now, but his heart felt full. His dream had started as just a tiny wish, to cook good food and make people happy. Now it had grown into something much bigger, a place where dreams could begin for others too. That night, Sam talked with his mom and Lily as they sipped tea by the window. Mrs. Lane said softly, "Sam, you've given so much to others. I hope you feel proud of what you've built." Sam nodded. "I do, Mom. But the best part is watching other people find their own dreams, just like I did." Lily raised her cup. "To Sam's cozy corner, and to all the new chefs who will come after you." They clinked their cups together, laughter filling the air. As Sam looked out at the starry sky, he knew his journey was only just beginning. Every loaf of bread, every smile, every new friend was proof that dreams can grow. One small step, one kind word, one warm meal at a time. And in his cozy little restaurant, hope would always be on the menu.